James Oglethorpe founded the U.S. colony of Georgia. James Oglethorpe left England on a ship with 35 families in 1782 in search of America. He brought 120 people on the ship. Many were prisoners who could not pay their debt. He was very nice, he was very compassionate and cared about these people. He wanted to give them a new start and help them find a better place to live. When he arrived, he found it hard to make friends with the American Indians. Oglethorpe became friends with Tomochichi, chief of the Creek tribe. Tomochichi gave the colonists land to build their city on. Today that city is called Savannah. Oglethorpe settled in Savannah so they could trade easily with the Creek and Cherokee Indians. This helped the colonists and the Indians. Underneath this illustration, James Edward Oglethorpe was a British general and founder of the colony of Georgia. So to be the chief is the head or leader of a community. Tomochichi was a chief of the Creek Indian tribe. Compassionate, feeling sorry for another who has been stricken by misfortune. Debt, owing something to another, usually money. The son owed his mom $4 for the toy. Next, we're going to look at Tomochichi. Tomochichi, chief of the Creek Indians. Tomochichi lived on Yamacraw Bluff that overlooked the Savannah River. He became friends with James Oglethorpe. He helped Oglethorpe by giving him land to build the first city in Georgia on. Today, the city is called Savannah. The two men spoke different languages, and Mary Musgrove translated languages between the two of them. Tomochichi and James Oglethorpe were very good friends. Tomochichi traveled back to England with Oglethorpe in 1734 to discuss fair trade with England. Tomochichi is best known as a middleman between the colonists and the Creeks. He was able to keep peace between the two groups and showed how peaceful relationships could make good things happen. Because he donated the land to the colonists, Georgia was founded. Here is Tomochichi's picture, and it says 1644 to 1739. Tomochichi helped establish peaceful relations between British colonists and Creek Indians. He contributed to the ultimate success of Georgia. So bluff is a cliff or a headland extending towards a body of water. Donated is to present a gift to someone, to give them something. And translated is to turn one language into another language. Next, we're going to look at Mary Musgrove, a colonial American translator and peacekeeper. Mary Musgrove was born into a Creek Indian tribe. Her Creek name was Kosoponikisa, and she is best known as an important translator. She was born on the Chattahoochee River in the Creek capital of Coweta. Her father was a white colonist and her mother was a Creek Indian princess. Since she was part Indian and part white, she was able to easily communicate between the Creek Indians and the colonists from Britain. She would help translate languages between Tomochichi and James Oglethorpe. Mary Musgrove played an important role in keeping the peace between the two groups. She opened a trading post and helped with trade and communication. Mary Musgrove, she was Queen of the Creeks, born in 1700. Mary established a trading post at Yamacraw Bluff in 1732, and Savannah was founded on the site a year later. She assumed the position of an important person both with the Indians and the colonists. So to communicate is to give knowledge to another, to talk or use hand signals. A peacekeeper is a person who restores or maintains peace. A translator is a person who turns one language into another language so both people can understand the same message. Last, we have Sequoia, Cherokee Indian, devoted to helping his tribe read and write. Sequoia grew up in a log cabin and walked wherever he needed to go. They sometimes used canoes to go to other villages. He raised his own livestock, like cows and chickens, and wore traditional Cherokee clothing made of deerskin. As he got older, he wanted to learn more about the talking leaves of the white man. The white man used paper made from trees to write on and communicate with others. Sequoia first tried to invent a symbol for each word, but it would be too hard for everyone to remember, so he created 86 different symbols to match all 86 different sounds. This took him 12 years to perfect. He was a very patient man. He showed his work to the Cherokee Council, and the alphabet was officially adopted in 1828. They published the first Cherokee newspaper, called the Cherokee Phoenix. This caption underneath the picture says Sequoia spent many years patiently working on the Cherokee alphabet so his tribe could read and write like the white man. And here's a picture of the Cherokee alphabet. So to invent is to create or invent something using one's imagination. Patient is able to keep working on something without giving up. And talking leaves are paper that is made from tree leaves. Sequoia saw how the white man could communicate using letters, and he invented his own talking leaves.